Morning. Oh, good afternoon. Good morning. I don't know. It feels like morning, but I've been working since 1 a.m. So who knows? So
All right. I hear it's looping.
it's looping in the background. So
Good
YouTube is
evening.
It's doing
on.
that thing. All right.
Cool. Hey, Howard. Good to see you.
Good evening, afternoon, Mr. Teo. Captain Teo, welcome everyone to South Shore Live. We're here in beautiful Apollo Beach, Florida, where it is 99.9% humidity today. We would like to thank the weatherman for not having to guess. It's straight out thick AF out here. It's beautiful Apollo Beach. These are the 6 weeks of I like to call the swamp. Everyone shares the same DNA. Um, it's tough, but if you have a pool and you have some good friends, you can get through it. A lot of lubrication. Everyone has their own way of lubricating. Welcome this evening.
Yep.
We're a little early. We want to thank everyone first to watch, to please share, tell your friends about ApolloBeachPublishing.com. Please tell them about South Shore Sports Entertainment. Also, to like our page here, South Shore Live. We are about local business here, what's going on here in South Shore, the community, the business, the hubbub. And also the American way. I'm going to put that in there too. I mean, living here, Teo, I got to say, it doesn't suck. We live here for a reason. This is the American dream. Tropical paradise, a minute from the beach, 5 minutes from the beach, local businesses, communities, schools. This is where the weather's nice.
And the
it's
boat.
perfect.
You know, I went out and had my coffee on the boat this morning.
This guy in
out
the boat.
bay, freaking 5:30 this morning. I was out there on the boat with a cup of coffee. And, where else can you do that?
And mostly any time of the year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, when is it bad?
Well, I just wear a hoodie in January.
Yeah, but what January? Yeah, like 2 weeks of January. Wow, that was rough.
Yeah.
Oof. So tonight we have with us a special guest. We have Angelite here with us. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
And we have our buddy Andrea Ciappetta here from Cars and Coffee. He's going to be joining us a little later. And tonight we're running a little early because the big debate that's going on tonight. We have.
But we got to start before we go into that. We got to do our disclaimer. So
yes, we do have our disclaimer. I will leave the disclaimer to Teo, who is a lot more legalese than I am, but I will chime in like
the views, discussions, comments, etc., are the views solely expressed by our host, Howard, myself.
Yes.
The guest, the comedians, and whoever does whatever they want to do while they're on here. So don't follow our advice. Don't take it as legal knowledge or consent or anything else.
We don't know what we're doing here.
Entertainment purposes. This is entertainment purposes only. So grab a cigar, grab a cocktail.
You should not be listening to our advice. You can listen and choose at your own discretion. This is not our inflection to tell you to do anything. However, this is our disclaimer point. So if you'd like to chime into the show, we appreciate what you say too. And we have some rules here. Be nice to each other. Some other rules are that's about it.
Yep.
So we're gonna start off tonight. We have our friend Angelite with us. Angelite has a few things going on. She's been a friend of mine for like 5 years. She has a local organization here called Kitty Corral, which our company South Shore Cleaning and Supply has been supporting as long as we've known her. We do a little program. We take in some rugs, we clean them, we try to make them as comfortable as they can for the cats when she takes them in for rehoming and rescuing. That way they have their own place. They don't smell other dogs. They don't smell other cats. So they have their own thing. And then from all of our customers in the neighborhood, nice neighborhoods here, they give them to us. I clean them, we drop them off to her. She'll pick them up. And the cats have a nice clean thing. And then afterwards, she can literally get rid of them rather than having to buy a new rug every time a new cat comes in. Correct?
Yes.
So tell everyone what you do and what you got going on.
Hello, everybody. I am Angelite. I am the founder and president of Kitty Corral, which is a 501c3 nonprofit animal rescue.
Meow.
And for most of you that don't know, I also help Jennifer McCafferty run Jen's Markets and Events. So we have a huge event coming up this Saturday.
Well, hold on a sec. I want to ask you something.
Okay.
What type of event is it?
This is a fundraising event / market for everyone in the entire South Shore area and beyond.
Where's it at?
This is at the Lake Waimama Convention Center in Waimama.
For all those that didn't know, Waimama actually has a convention center. When you're cruising on 75 and you see that sign that says convention center, and you're like, what the heck? You just get off on
They have
674
one.
and College and head towards Waimama, and there's a convention center out there.
Yes, it's huge.
So you're expecting some volume of people there, huh?
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Thousands of people.
There you go.
Wow.
So now, again, this where I wanted to go to. This has to do with pop-up markets too, right?
Yes.
Now, I never really saw that growing up. Pop-up markets. I saw like flea markets, and then
Right.
as soon as we would drive down here and look for a place to buy and stuff, we literally would start at 7 in the morning and then drive by a strip mall by 9. The same one. All of a sudden, it's got tents everywhere.
Right.
And that's where this person Jen got her idea. Correct.
Yes, except that it is not a pop-up market like you think, because it is not a flea market.
Gotcha.
Jen's markets and events are for local mom and pop businesses.
There you go.
They are handcrafters, fresh produce. Pretty much everyone involved has to hand make, create whatever goods, service, product that they are offering. And it's new. It's not like going to a flea market.
Gotcha.
It's all new merchandise.
All right.
So
Let's talk about the Kitty Corral rescue.
yes.
So you're rescuing, is it cats only? Is it
Mostly cats,
okay?
lots of kittens. But on occasion we do have dogs. We currently have 2 dogs that are medically needy, so they can no longer be adopted, but we take care of them just as we do the cats. We currently have 9 medically needy cats. They either need prescriptions or prescription foods or a combination of both, and we see them to the very end.
Cool. So what made you want to start this nonprofit?
I have always rescued animals my whole
Okay.
life. From as far back as I can remember, I just decided later in life, I need to make it legal.
So you just wanted to help, and then
There
you
you go.
became the cat lady, and then you became the nonprofit cat lady.
Yes, but the interesting thing is that I do not have a single animal that is my own personal pet.
Well,
There you
you're
go.
They're all rescued.
you're everyone's mom at that point, you know,
Yeah.
Yes.
because
I'm the cat mama.
it'd be tough to favor your own,
That's true.
you know.
That's very true. So back to the event. This is called the Artisan Summer Market. It is a collaboration between Jen's Markets and Events and Kitty Corral.
Meow.
We have about 90 vendors.
Wow.
Most of them will be inside. We will have some food trucks outside. So you need to come out. Seriously. This is going to be huge. So we've got all kinds of crafters. Let me talk just a portion of what Jen's Markets is offering. Excuse me. So I want to kind of give you a rundown. I had to bring my cheat sheet with me because there's so much going on. Jen's Markets put together some different events that's going to go on at the same time that the entire event is happening. So come inside, please. There's tons of parking. It's all free.
Free is good.
Yes. Everybody loves free.
Not
If
like
it's
Little
free
Harbor.
for me.
Well, think about it. I hate walking into a place you're already for $30 and you haven't done anything but park.
Yeah.
That kills you.
Yep.
Because it takes away from money that you could be spending on the vendors.
Exactly.
Yes. So free parking, tons of free parking.
There you go.
Okay. When you come inside, of course, you know, it's brutally hot out. So 100 degrees. No, nobody wants to be outside unless you're going to go get your food and then get your butt back inside, sit at the cafe and enjoy your food, or walk around eating your food while you're shopping. So inside, as you enter in the main doors, we are going to have Crunch Fitness come and do a Zumba demonstration, all for free. All for free.
This might work good with your yoga.
I know.
Yes.
Think about that.
So
We should do
talk about
this.
that. We'll talk about that after the break, because I guess I'm going to do the aerial. She wants me to do the aerial stuff on Friday.
Whoa.
So we'll have to talk about Zumba to a whole new level.
Yes. So from 11 in the morning until noon, Crunch Fitness will have their Zumba demonstration. Again,
Cool.
it's free. Please come out. As long as you are at least 14 years of age or older,
Okay.
you can come and participate.
Cool.
I don't know if I
Um,
qualify.
Make sure you wear comfortable clothes
Can
and
we
shoes.
identify as 14 or older? Or is it just
Sure.
our
I don't think
actual how we act our age?
Mentally.
Because
Yes.
if we're mentally,
I'm screwed.
Howard and I are out,
I'm done. 14. That was so
All right.
awesome.
14. It's a good age.
And then what happens
Great
at
age.
1 o'clock? It looks like
my
there's
God.
another class that's going on.
Yes. Okay, so we have another class. This is going to be a first for us. So we met this lady, or I should say, Jennifer met this lady named Farasha.
Ooh,
She
Sounds like it's on
is
fire.
a belly dancer.
There you go.
Yes,
We've piqued
she's-
someone's interest immediately. Continue.
She has danced with the Dutch door stage at the Renaissance festivals in North Carolina. She's won different awards. She is currently part of the Gypsy Spirit Tribe. So she is going to be performing from 1 to 2. Again, this is all free. So please come out. This is all part
So that sounds
of Jen's
great.
Markets
This is
and
Saturday.
Events.
Wait, so belly dancing from 1 to 1 to
1
3?
to 2.
1 to 2.
Yogurt
Andre,
first.
look up when the Purdue game is on. So see if it corresponds to if I'm booked already. I might have to run. out
Watch
for
the first
belly
quarter.
dance.
Watch the fourth quarter. You're fine.
Yes, come in and get involved with the belly dancing.
Cool.
Now we will also have a musician by the name of Amy, and I am not sure how to pronounce her
Perfect.
name. I want to say it's Marbu. She is with the Orchestral Strings Studio.
What?
She is going to be playing the violin for us.
Good for you.
Yes.
Yep.
All part of Jen's Markets and Events. So while you're listening to Amy play the violin, grab yourself some lunch, grab some snacks, some sweet
Snacks.
treats from
Love
some of the
snacks.
vendors, and just come and sit and enjoy the soothing music. So now let's switch gears and talk about Kitty Corral.
Yep.
So we've got a few things going on while we are going to be there at the event. There are going to be some handmade catnip toys, all different kinds, all different shapes, different patterns, $5 each. So we are going to be doing a lot of fundraising. This is where we need your help, please. $5 for a catnip toy. You can buy 1, buy 10, or buy them all.
I'm in for 2.
I am also going to offer a $25 Wawa gas card. It
Oh,
doesn't need gas, right? A $25 a $25 gift card for gas at Wawa if you can bring either 1 case of unopened wet food, 1 bag of unopened dry food, or a container or box of clumping litter. It can be any brand,
Clumping.
but as long as you can make a donation, you will go into the raffle. You'll get a ticket
Woohoo.
for a raffle, and you can win the $25 Wawa gas card.
Cool.
Awesome.
Then we
It all
will,
goes to the kitties.
yes,
Yeah.
every single penny.
Everything goes to the cats. It's not like you're getting sneakers.
Right.
You're getting stuff directly for the cats. You're providing the product. It's not like the money can be used for anything else. Here, eat, cats.
Right.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
There will be 2 other gift cards. One will be a $25 gift card for Publix. The other one will be for a restaurant. Haven't decided which one I want to choose yet. But those 2 gift cards will be available. And the way you can win those is by purchasing raffle tickets. $1 for 1 ticket, 6 tickets for $5, or the best deal for $10, you can get 15 tickets
Oh shit.
to enter into the drawing to win either the Publix gift card or restaurant gift card. If you're not able to attend, please go to our website, kittycorral.org, spelled KITTIECORRAL.org.
Meow.
Please make a donation. I'm going to be honest. Funds right now are at a critically low level. We have bottle babies right now from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. We currently have 24 kittens.
Wow.
We have a couple of adults. And then, of course, we have 9 medically needy animals that we are caring for. So it's a huge event.
So you have boy kitties, you got girl
win-win.
kitties, you got
Yes.
orange kitties, you got white kitties, you got
Yes.
calico kitties, you got kitty, you got
We have everything.
you have complete selection. If you want a kitten cat right now,
That's right.
now's the time
Yeah.
to get one.
Yes.
She's got inventory, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
No one's got inventory of anything anymore. She's got inventory of
Please
cats,
adopt.
Yeah.
right?
Well, and it's
We have tabbies,
You know,
tuxedos, calicos,
What?
long hair, medium hair, short hair.
No
we
hair.
have them all.
and I hope
Yeah.
I hope this fundraiser works well for you. I just saw the stats for August, and fundraising donations for the United States are down 44% in the month of
Yes.
August over the previous year. Overall, we're down significantly in the fundraising world. It's really sad, but just discretionary income has gone away due to the inflation and the economy.
Yes.
But I was pretty shocked to see. I was running all the analysis, and I'm like, wow, we're at like 43.2%
That's a tough number.
less compared to a year ago on my fundraising businesses. And then I pulled up the national average. I'm like, well, at least we're not as down as the national average. I mean, I'm up within 0.5%, but still, I'm just
Sure.
At least the stuff we're doing is not quite as bad. But it's I feel for you, and I hope this turns out to be a great event for you.
Yeah.
Well, we love Kitty Corral anytime we see, and when we can help, we will. And we post all their stuff. If you ever see me sharing something, please feel free to donate. And thank you for coming. You're welcome to stick around for the next segment. Angelite's our friend. Make sure everyone Saturday you get out to Waimama, which I still can't spell, and it's free to go there, free for parking. They're gonna have great products, a lot of things going on. You'll probably see me or possibly Teo there, maybe us together doing yoga together.
Yep.
That would be great.
It's a Zumba class, not yoga.
Zumba yoga, it's the same thing, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, but wait till I get this Pilates thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to do a little mini thing on my Pilates class.
And make sure that
we got to get Kelly on board. Kelly promised she's going to come.
We do want to thank Jennifer McCafferty.
Yeah,
she will be there.
Jen's awesome.
She will be there at this event, and it's a collaboration, and we have to do what we have to do to earn money. Many of you know that I run Jen's Markets and Events while I'm here in Florida and she is in Georgia. Our season is going to start up in October.
Woo-hoo.
And truth be told, as I am running those markets, a lot of that money that I am earning is going into the rescue because donations have been
dipping
horrible. So we need your support. Come out, if not for Kitty Corral, come out for Jen's Markets and Events. Support all of the local businesses. Hey, get a jump on early gift buying this year.
A cat makes a great Christmas present.
There you go.
Halloween trick or treat. Here's a cat, kid. I mean, we got kittens.
There's a lot of kittens.
There's a lot of kittens.
Oh. Could you imagine Taz with a house all man, it's bad. It's bad. Well, actually, Taz would be okay, but Kay, the parrot,
oh my god,
it'd take one bite out of the kitten because the kitten would want to come after the bird, and the bird always wins. By the way, it's always funny. People are like, "Aren't you afraid of the dog, eating the parrot?" And I'm like, "Oh no, not at all."
Well, make sure that you support
Kitty
Corral. Make sure you tell your friends to like the show. We're going to take a break right now. Like us on Facebook, share us, and invite people to our page. We'll be with you in about 3 minutes. Watch our commercials.
Thanks, everyone.
You got it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Andre's next. Yep.
Do you know that South Shore Cleaning and Supply is locally owned and operated for over 5 years? Oh, there's Howard, the owner. Everyone say hi to Howard. You also might have seen one of their vehicles around town. They offer a variety of cleaning services from carpets to tile and grout, laminate and wood floorings, as well as pet remediation and much more. Call today for a free estimate at 813-364-2185.
I happen to be here with Aldo, who's in charge and runs the Cars and Coffee here in Waterset, which is a local phenomenon, which is kicking butt here and is a free event. He's going to tell you all about it. Hold tight.
Guys, my name is Aldo. I run the Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're here every second Saturday of the month at the landing in Waterset.
What's it cost, Aldo?
Nothing. Here's the only thing I'm going to ask.
There you go.
Like cool cars, cool motorcycles. It doesn't matter if it's a classic and exotic. It doesn't matter what it is. Come here. We need cool cars and cool people. If you're cool, you got to come over here.
You're welcome here.
Second Saturday of the month. Check it out. We have the food truck. We have White Claw. We have the vendors. Free coffee. We always have everything.
I love the Aki. You know I'm a Honda guy.
Yes, yes. So check out the Acura NSXs, the Cybertruck, everything. And guys, follow us. Follow us, Waterset Cars and Coffee, in Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Waterset Cars and Coffee every second Saturday of the month, 8 to 10 a.m.
Today's featured home is in the desirable community of Waterset. It's nestled in a cozy little cul-de-sac. This home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with 2,538 square feet, complete with a pool and a spa in your very own beautiful backyard. The Waterset community has dog parks, pools, miles of walking trails, gyms, tennis courts, and more. To know more about this home, give me a call. My number is 702-858-5454. Welcome to your new home in Waterset. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family home in the sought-after community of Waterset. With a low HOA and tons of amenities in the community, you will absolutely love living in this house.
The Web Design Ninja is your one-stop shop for all things internet. Our dedicated team has been building internet solutions for businesses large and small since 1993. We specialize in creating eye-catching designs, search engine optimization, complex e-commerce, and custom app integration. Whether you need a simple website or a complex e-commerce or phone app, our team of experts is here for you. Give us a call today. We're here to help.
Hey, everybody, we're back. First of all, I want to thank Angelite for coming out here. Kitty Corral is a great organization. She's always doing promotions around here. Great place to support. We support them, South Shore Cleaning Supply. Also, a list of our supporters I'd like to go over. People who help us with the show, behind the scenes, always telling people about the show. Straight up, Trish from Pure Romance. She is generally the assistant engineer of our shows, and she's not here tonight. And then we, of course, Joey Pool King's always a great supporter of our show. The Flip Flop Shop, Ham has got to get on the show soon.
Yeah, we got, I got I love these. I got the, today, American style Hey Dudes.
Today I'm wearing my my UFOs, which are straight out amazing. Honestly, I can't wear anything else because if I do, my feet hurt now because these are just like walking on clouds. Such a wuss.
Yep.
Who else?
It's our old age.
It is. It is what it is. Ali Serrano, phenomenal photographer. She even made me look pretty, and that comment alone got me banned on Facebook for an hour. For real. I and then the next comment, I have it on my phone. The next comment I put is, she does a great job, and that got bullying. That was bullying. That she does a great job. And we've had this conversation about the whole best, and I didn't even put that she's the best. There's no other person who can push a button better. No, I didn't put anything like that down. I just said she does a great job. Next week I'm going to post that up there, and I'm going to show what I got penalized for. The first one again, she even makes me look good. That got me into Facebook jail. I mean, come on.
I'm getting flagged on.
I
so
mean,
much
unless
stuff
she really
anymore.
should have gone to jail because she made me look so good because I was so ugly, you know. But it's just the point, though. That's nothing to go to jail for.
Right.
So you went from ugly to X-rated?
Apparently hot
Yeah.
AF. And the second thing was that she does a great job. That got me popped too. Thanks, Facebook, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So who else? We want Jen Bud?
Jen Bud, because I can smoke cigars in here.
You should, and you're back on.
And it doesn't smell. Yeah, I'm back on cigars.
You're back on.
So
JD Coaching, if you need a drink, her refrigerator there is our drink house. And if you mention her name, you got to get a drink. And also, too, we have, who else is on there?
Well, Cars
and Coffee. He's right here.
You know,
Cars and Coffee.
Andre's here.
This
Andre?
Saturday, the 14th, from 8 to 10 a.m. Feel free to come. We'll have a food truck, free coffee, wonderful cars on display. We're sponsoring the show. The guys running the show are Aldo and Corey. Great guys. They are Waterset residents, and they've been there since day one, and I've been there to support. So be there. We'll be there.
Corey was probably one of the 5th or 6th people I met in Waterset right off the bat.
You know, and it's the funny thing too, because I haven't come in the last few weeks because I've been exotic or specialty carless. I got 2 cars that are currently in the shop.
Oh, which makes them exotic cars because they're so exotic. They're so far from your home.
Mine's in the garage. I'm having a fuel pressure problem. My fuel regulator is leaking, so I know the feeling.
Yeah, the funny thing is they've been in the shop for over 2 months, give or take, and I think they're both about ready to be out at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I have you both beat. My scooter has been in the shop for over 3.5 years, getting repaired from a motorcycle repair place in Sarasota. Yep. I'm told that it's going to be fixed last 17th of March. I was told to get up. Ali Serrano photos. Look how good she made me look, right, guys?
Is that even Howard? No,
right?
I'm just kidding.
And that's my beautiful wife, Joanne. Everybody, I'm a lucky man.
Oh, we can tell that's her for sure, but not you.
Yeah, who's that guy groping my wife?
Yeah.
So over 3 years, this dude's had my motorcycle.
It still isn't back.
It's still not. He promised me. So check this noise out. Hold on.
This is it now?
Hold on.
It was like 4 months ago. It was supposed to be
business customer service. He had the guy who was supposed to fix it call me and promised me it was going to be done on like the day before Labor Day. I said, dude, take your time. It can wait. It's been 3 years. Like, hey man, that's so cool. Then after that, I call him up a Thursday. He goes, I was going to give you a call. That son of a bitch never showed up. Now I sent your stuff to another shop. It should be here, and I'm working on it. I know. I see your phone. I'm like, dude, come on. Now, don't get me wrong. It's been 3 years, but sometimes you try to take it to the limit here.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, he honestly said to me, I can fix anything.
So what's wrong with it? Because Dirty. I met a guy on Facebook called Dirty D's motorcycle and small engine, and
I don't think I'd ever go there just based off the name.
Dirty D's, man, he got my carb running, man. After
I was told the rings were blown.
He finally figured out what happened.
Then the rings were blown. Then the freaking the carburetor was cracked. Then it was leaking oil. Then the cylinder was no good. Exactly.
So it's a Harley.
No, it's a Suzuki. It's a 50cc Suzuki antique bike.
This must be user error here then.
Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to go out to Lake Arrowhead to see my adoptive dad, the judge, and have and him do it. Because man, when he builds these scooters, he
don't tempt me. I'm into this thing for like 4K, dude.
Oh, dude, he'll have that thing running 100 miles. He's got a Honda Gram that's doing 108 miles an hour.
Holy shit!
108. I mean, it's insane. These scooters. Well, he's building that car. We took the Indy car and made it street legal, and but his hobby is taking these scooters and he races them across the country on these cannonballs. So it's hilarious.
So I rescued this vintage Suzuki that I had when I was a kid, and I had to give it away when I moved. And I found one in a garage around the corner, and it was sitting there. It was running pretty well, but after it ran for like 10 or 15 minutes, it was leaking oil. So I had a local guy come look at it. He said he's going to fix it. He tore the thing apart, left. He bored it all out, did all this stuff, put it together, never showed up again. So then check this out, which is really bad. And so I met this master mechanic. He said, bring it to my house. He was recommended to me from the exotic bike dealer. I brought it to his house. He got sick. He's like, hey, I'm going to get to your bike. 2 weeks later, he dropped dead from the sickness.
Yeah.
That being said, I had to rescue my bike and get it out of escrow.
Was that COVID?
Yeah. So I had to rescue my bike because it was in probate at that point. So they had to wait for 90 days for me to get my bike, and it was discharged to me. It was my property.
Ugh.
So then I picked it up and I found this guy online. He's like, dude, I can fix anything. I had that thing at his house so fucking quick. Okay. It's been there for 3.5 years. I'm not exaggerating. 3.5 years in November. I'm like, dude, this sucks because I know I gave it to him November 2000 to the guy who passed away. 20.
Yeah.
And we're going into 24. Now I'm just trying to make the point here. Fix it now. And he's at the point like, you know what? I should fix this by now.
Yeah.
So that's where customer service has gotten. The guy's trying, but he's had a hurricane. He's had flooding in his place. His dog was sick. I mean,
that just happens to be like the
but it's not sitting in my garage.
It's the mechanical side of the industry. I think we have more stories like that than your average repair product type scenario. If you have a vehicle,
you know what? I think it's in general though. That was something I wanted to
I could tell you stories all
bring
day.
up on the business side was we got a call the other day about a website that's a pretty decent website. And he's like, well, how much is it going to cost? And so I come back with all kinds of questions, right? What happens in this scenario? What happens for this scenario? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, well, and these guys are going to build the site for X amount of dollars. And I'm like, okay, but what are they building? And it comes back to me over and over again that I'm amazed at people that are not asking the questions. And they're like, oh, we can build that. I got contacted by a group in Europe for a pretty cool site. And I fired back like 25 questions about the details because it really does. I mean, if you look at it from a generic standpoint, it could be, a $8,000 to $10,000 site. But then there's some nuances that they say that could be, Heath, absolutely. There's it could also be $250,000, $300,000. And so for me as a business owner, I want to ask those questions so I can set the expertise, the experience and the expectations in advance. And I guess I'm just shocked at all the small business people that don't ask those questions. Well, I can fix anything. Well, it turns out he can't because he's got to farm it out to somebody.
Well, I'll explain. I said, listen, take your time. This is what I told him as a customer. I don't care if it takes you 6 months. Take your time. It's doing me no harm. It's sitting right here. What's it going to cost? Whatever you need, let me know. I'll have the parts sent to you, and you bill me out. No problem. I gave him 100% carte blanche because I didn't want it sitting in my garage rotting.
Right.
So that being said, it's his project now. Now, I think he's going to take this thing to the finish line. I've got a lot of hope in this guy. But lucky for me, I had the time to go with it. And it was a project.
Right.
It wasn't like my main ride to work.
Yeah. Well, and it has emotional value to it. It's like my B suite, right? I'm emotionally into that car.
But you're right. It's a question. So what expectations have, and I gave it to him. But then again, things in life happen. This happened, that happened, this happened. This guy showed up. This guy passed away. I'm all right, dude. But again, it's not sitting in my garage. But now I want to use the thing. I am paying insurance though, and I want to thank We Insure. That would be Kim Levesque, who was on our show, a fantastic insurance agent, and she's watching. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Boom. So Heath, you got to get on the show soon. And Cars and Coffee again this Saturday at 8 a.m. What is the most fantastic car you've seen there? I mean, just blew your mind.
It really depends on what caters to you.
What have you seen that you
vintage? I don't care about the new stuff.
If you they got some nice classics, ones that were done
retro
mods. Heck, believe it or not, I remember seeing one day it was a 2023 Porsche 911 touring edition with the manual.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked just like a regular Porsche 911.
Was that the silver one?
But to the people, know that car. That car's like $350.
Oh yeah, the thing rolled up. I was like, that's nice.
I do remember that one.
I know exactly where it was parked too.
Yep. I've seen a nice.
That was gorgeous.
right-hand drive Supra with some really nice big fat tires in the back.
Well, that's another thing too. You can import anything
Mhm,
24 years
mhm.
old from Japan now, and you can get
Oh, yeah.
yourself a fantastic car for $4,000.
Oh yeah.
It's
So-
amazing. Like we look at our used cars are garbage. They look at their used cars as garbage. An American used car after 10 years, you pretty much got to give that thing away. Unless it's a Corvette, a Camaro, nobody is keeping their I don't even know what Chevy car they make. What their Cobalt after 10 years. But in Japan, their Cobalt is an Accord. It's got another 25 years in it, and they've got 60,000 of them sitting over there because nobody wants them. So you can buy them in like B- condition, A+ condition, A- condition for $4,000 to $6,000. But you can go even more vintage. You can get Suzuki Samurais, you can get Supras.
I remember seeing actually like a little Japanese van.
Oh yeah, that's a K-van.
Right-hand drive with the fold-out
they're beautiful.
turned into
Man,
a bed.
I take a
That got more
76,
attention than
I'd take
any
a
of the exotics.
76, 77, 78, 280Z.
Oh, you can get
Right-hand
one.
drive,
All-
that'd be a blast.
It's all right hand. Most
Yeah.
95% are right hand drive. But then you go the other direction. You look for American cars there, or you look for some German cars there. They are absolutely through the roof.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing what they get for Jeeps and they get for Corvettes. Astounding the numbers.
Oh yeah.
Mercedes. But then all the ones that you see in the Japanese movies that you loved and you saw James Bond, they have them there.
Yeah.
And you can get one. You can get like
we might just have to fly over just for the heck of it.
well,
Right.
it's funny. My buddy wants me to go with him. He wants me to go. In February to Japan to go on a tour with him for like 5-6 days and then come back. Yeah,
Nice.
so we're thinking about doing it. She's encouraging it, and that would be our engineer Joanne
There you
Duran
go.
from JD Coaching. We want to give her a shout out for making the show run well today. So, Cars and Coffee's going on, and that's this Saturday here at Waterset between 8 and 10. And
I think there's even something sooner going on that all of us are going to be paying attention to this.
well, that would be
Yeah.
our next topic of
right?
discussion.
Another event.
And that's going to lead us out of the show. And we're going to talk about the debate. So I'm going to leave that to our Grandmaster General here and Captain Teo to start us off on our debate talk.
I think it's going to be interesting as as a business owner on a couple different levels. I'm ready for the economy to turn around.
Who isn't?
I was running numbers these days, and we have lost in the last 9 months. We have lost 14 customers a month that have gone out of business and closed their doors. And that's just tragic. In 9 months, that's 14 small businesses that have decided, you know what, I can't keep putting savings and stuff into this. And
I can't cover payroll.
And you know what I don't understand,
I can't cover the insurance costs.
Is looking at the inflation and all this kind of stuff. There's all these people that are like, oh, well, these numbers aren't true. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. They're not true because it's actually worse.
They're
because
fabricated.
You don't the inflation level doesn't include energy. It doesn't include food. And
There's
I don't
major
know-
factors that are taken out of the consumer price index.
Yeah,
And those
and-
factors are absolutely the reason why those prices are even higher, because they're taking out the energy, they're taking out the transportation, they're taking out things that make the things expensive to begin with.
So let's kind of turn this into well, first off, I think most importantly, we got to cover the most important part of the debate, and that is the entertainment aspect of the debate. And of course, Andre showed up with our debate snacks, right? I mean, we got to have popcorn, we got to have some whiskey or rum.
You got the cigars.
Peanuts.
There should probably be like a drinking game going on. I'm sure there's a couple different drinking games on there. We got cigars and peanuts and stuff. So we got the snacks as we're geared up for the debate
I think
tonight.
every time he says wrong, that should be definitely a post.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
just wrong.
Yeah.
And what kind of questions? We talked about this earlier.
So I think
they were leaked.
So it got leaked out.
Yeah.
It was
What kind of debate is that?
where Kamal was given the questions a couple days ago. And
Was the-
she's been holed up prepping. I just kind of look at it and go, I hope that Trump can just stay on point and state the facts. And
Was
then
Trump
mic
given?
drop.
Was Trump given the?
Oh, of course he wasn't.
Oh.
You know, I mean, and you know, the funny thing is when you look at the Hillary stuff in 2016 and Biden in 2020, both cases on the debates, there were issues where Hillary or Biden answered the question before it was asked, right? You know, they started to ask the question and then they answered it before it was asked, which was a total telltale of, okay, you knew they were going to ask it in the context that it was asking.
You think they're going to have earpieces?
You know, I don't know. It'll be interesting with Kamala because she hasn't done anything live.
52 days.
And
52 days she hasn't had a press conference.
You know, but here's a piece that bothers me in the grand scheme of things is they all say that Trump is a threat to our democracy. But when you look at the definition of a democracy, it is a representative that was voted on by the people. But Kamala was picked to be the candidate.
Oh yeah.
But she wasn't voted on.
Not one single vote.
I mean, look,
And,
to
and
be honest
so
with you,
how is Trump the threat to democracy when that is
I
to me
personally-
would be the threat to democracy? But you got to hand it to the Democrats because they have a heck of a marketing team. They have done such a good job of selling. I even saw Walgreens had an ad today about you got to get your COVID vaccine for the kids. And I'm like, how does this even happen? But anyway, but go ahead,
with
Andrea. I
that
cut you off.
aspect
I
of
didn't
it,
mean to.
I mean,
So
think about it like this. I mean, I even feel bad. It's like, look, for the Democrats, they had a president in line that they were voting for, and immediately that person got knocked out and replaced.
However, though,
Replaced by someone that by no votes, just
Correct.
replaced, like throwing it. Here you go. We're gonna pull you out and put you right in.
but they're allowing that to happen. They allowed that to happen. But so shame on them.
You know,
And
right. But hold on.
it's not
hold
fair.
On, hold on. But where has Biden
it's not
been
fair. Yeah.
He's
for
been
the
on
last
vacay.
2 months?
He's been on vacay.
Who's running the country?
It's on
Right,
autopilot.
right. That's a whole
This is-
nother
This
thing,
is
yeah.
where it was so obvious that he was in decline and all this stuff. And Kamala, obvious. I mean, it was like the Afghan withdrawal. She was the last person in the room.
She was.
And-
hold on. I was the last person in the room. Continue.
Yeah. And so, but yet she's like, well, I had nothing to do with it.
I know nothing. Sergeant Schultz.
You know, okay, then who is? Because if he's not running the country, I mean, I just
we can't
look at it
blame
and
anyone
go,
on this side, but we could blame everything on others.
and it's all Trump's fault, right? It's all you know,
Yeah.
inflation is Trump or
It-
corporate greed. I always love the gas stuff as corporate greed. When I ran the numbers, so I went on and I tried. You guys, a lot of you guys know me, and so when my wife got sick, and then when I got sick, we didn't attribute that to the vaccine. We were very open-minded, and I avoided all the conspiracy theories, and I started following the drug sales from the pharmaceutical companies. And that's when we realized that, okay, you know, leukemia is up 343%, cancer, heart, et cetera, is up 600%. Diabetes is up over 900%, but that is a weird thing because of the weight loss. But even if half of the drug sales are weight loss for diabetes, it still is up 400% growth since the vaccine. So something happened after March of 21 that caused a catastrophic growth,
Acceleration.
in diseases
Is the
and
vaccine
the death rate.
still a thing? And the reason why I ask,
It is because it
I
was
have
on
a-
the news
right,
today
and the
with
reason why I asked.
Walgreens and
I have a
CVS both.
friend that recently got engaged to a woman overseas. She's over here on a visa. She's a darling woman, super nice.
Yep.
And she's looking for a job now.
Mhm.
And she says in order for her to get a job, she has to take a vaccine.
Yeah, there are still companies, and a lot
I
of
was
the
like,
companies.
Whoa, wait a second, is that still
so-
going on? This was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so a lot of companies that
Hmm.
are in,
Really?
I guess, Democrat or blue states, as you would call them. So, like, you will have companies that are owned out of Minneapolis, or companies that are owned out of, and we just found out.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
COVID's a thing
A
still.
coworker of my wife's that had to take the vaccine to have her job at American Express has just suddenly became stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Wow. Wow.
After a booster. And you just go, okay, but it went from 0 to stage 4 in 3 weeks.
Accelerated.
which is what happened to those doctors who were presenting that at the UNICEF conference, whose plane miraculously just fell out of the sky and they all got killed. Here, what about, I guess 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. But the vaccine for the Democrat-run states, it's very much still a requirement and a mandate.
This was here in Tampa.
But the problem is the company
may be based out of
headquarters. I see.
If the headquarters is out of Chicago or part of downtown New York or LA or San Francisco, Minneapolis, Chicago, etc., a lot of those companies are still really pushing the vaccine. And now you can fight. It's a lot easier to fight than when we made our decision.
It is a lot harder to survive these days.
It's expensive.
Well, Dr. Phil, who has avoided the political world for a long time, the average American, i.e., up to $60,000 a year, needs another $1,000 a month. Well, it's 13,000. It's right at 11 and something. So just under $1,000 a month, like $980 some a month more to survive. Not and almost 2,000. It's 23,000 and change, almost $2,000 a month to maintain their quality of living. So if you're making 60 grand, you have to make 80.
Which is good money. That's over $5,000 a month.
So if you're making $60,000 for your family in 2019 or 2020, i.e., the kind of the COVID era or pre-COVID, and we can get into that discussion as well, because that will come up in tonight's debate, is how the economy was terrible under Trump,
and now it's back
because of but you have to discount COVID because of all the rules that were put in place.
We have to discount
Pelosi.
Everything.
It's
been a basket of bullshit thrown to us for every.
For a single person to make it, it's $96,500 a year before taxes. For a two-parent household, it's $235,000.
It used to be $75K for a family of two to live comfortably.
So what's the two-person one again?
$235,000 according to the Smart Asset Living Wage Calculator.
And let me tell you,
I'm totally screwed, man. Because with my
month.
wife not working and my business, I'm making about 12 grand a year right now.
Total of it.
So that second number,
we're living on savings.
A two-person family, $235,000. That's 20 grand a year, or 20 grand a month.
Well, you think about people
makes 20 grand a month.
Think about this.
To survive.
The median household is $6, or to buy a house in like San Francisco or California or these places that are heavily. You try and buy a place in Brooklyn, a house in Brooklyn, it's $1.2 million for a freaking house.
Yeah, that's like 70 years old or 80 years old.
I'll give you an example.
They have to make that money.
And obviously, because you guys know,
and the property taxes are insane. I look at the property taxes on the house we have in Minnesota, my father-in-law's house, and I think it's around $30-some thousand a year for the property taxes. They don't have this whole step up thing that we have in Florida.
Now. I just helped a client buy a home for $1.1 million. And they put $400,000.
And what was that? And what was that monthly payment?
$6,500 after $400,000.
Now hold up.
But what are the property taxes?
That's prior to that's a new home, so we got to see what's gonna. So,
but then that's without food, cars, without insurance, without gas, without clothing, anything.
$6,500 a month,
right off the bat,
and it's probably going to be $2,000 plus for taxes a month. So $8,500
insurance,
and then,
$150,
and then you're going to add insurance.
Well, I'll tell you, mine.
So you're going to be at a $10,000. You have a $10,000 a month.
So you have to make $20,000 to live like that.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit more than
the and the 1.1 is not getting you what you think.
Oh no, you're not getting the Brady Bunch house.
It's getting you maybe your 3-car garage
on a lake,
2-story house, not on a lake. Something of that sort. Nothing crazy. Nice home,
nice place, doesn't suck.
Not even custom. This is a community where there are several homes with this style.
Well, I mean, my neighborhood,
and that's going to
a year and a half ago. My neighborhood a year and a half ago was 1.1, 1.2 for the houses on my street, and these are houses built in the 70s with a 2-car garage. Your laundry room. Oh, you don't have a laundry room. The washer and dryer are in the garage. I have a luxury. We have a laundry room, thankfully to my creative remodeling job when we bought the house 20 some years ago. But the taxes, and that's the other thing, so let's go back to the debate. So I think we're going to talk about the economy. And of course, I think they're going to slam Trump because the economy was terrible when he left.
It was amazing.
But it was shut down during COVID, and all that extra spending and the deficit.
2 trillion, 2-3 trillion, right?
Yeah. But it was, I read the original proposal that Trump and the Republicans put forth, and it was 58 pages or 52 pages. And it was pretty no nonsense, right? If you really needed help, you got help. But if you have a corporation where you can go get a business loan, et cetera, you didn't qualify for that. Well, Pelosi came back with, what was it, 1,200 pages, 1,170 some pages of all this stuff. So now we got to give millions of dollars to Kennedy Center. We got to give millions of dollars to this, millions of dollars to that, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars.
Spend it all.
And then they removed all the caps. So people like Outback Steakhouse could get, 100 or 200 grand of PPP money for free for every single restaurant, and they don't have to ever pay it back. And that was crazy.
It was amazing how many people got rich off that.
And it was all based on employees. So like for us with the office building, our tenants didn't have to pay any rent. And
there's still some people that are playing that card in certain areas.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
And so the businesses that rented the offices from us didn't have to pay rent. We weren't really entitled to any relief because that our company that owns the office building doesn't have employees, right? It was kind of just an investment deal. And so we don't get any PPP loan, but we still have to pay the 38 grand a year in property taxes. We still have to pay the $880 a month for CAM, the community access management fees, the parking and all that stuff. And
it's a lot of money.
And they never end up having to pay it.
At what point do you say who cares?
Well, and so that's why I'm voting for the felon.
Were you better 3 years ago? Were you literally better 3.5 years ago? 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I mean, you don't look at the end of Trump. You look at what he did from when he came from.
The first three, I honestly believe he did what he said he was going to do. People took it.
I think his plan had an 8-year plan though versus the 4
Oh
year,
yeah.
so,
And
he was getting sued from the day he got in.
He got blocked on day one from everything.
COVID blocked him from doing everything.
Pelosi did everything in her power to block him. And that's the part that's kind of amazed me as I was watching some of the Kamala stuff, and she's like, "Oh, we got to bring everybody together. We got to bring everybody together." And I'm like, "Okay, but under Obama, you guys kind of the Democrats started this voting for the Democrats."
Oh, it doesn't matter who it is.
It doesn't matter what it was. And I look at it. I was watching George Washington, right, the original patriot or the original American last night. We got rained out on the boat, and I was sitting in the hot tub, and I was watching a documentary on George Washington, and it was all about how the founding fathers, I mean, when you look at the history of this and how this was set up, it's that the politicians are supposed to be representative of their constituents, but we don't see any of that voting because we see them voting straight party lines.
Correct.
To do this or that.
Can't step out of line.
Looking at, if you look at some of the stuff regarding, like, if you want to take the abortion stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's either 73 or 78% of Americans are comfortable with, I think, a 16-week, right? 15 or 16-week.
Fine, do it. Next
limit. But yet you have, a lot of the very liberal Democrats are like, it's up to the day they're born,
which is horrible.
Which is
horrible.
Which is not what the constituents want, but they vote for that. And at some point, we have to get back to voting for what the people want. And until we get those types of politicians in place, I don't think we're there. The crazy part is everyone is anti-Trump, and they hate Trump, but so much of their data is wrong. They believe something that was made up. It's like they still talk about Russian collusion, and it's documented that That was Hillary.
They made it up.
That was Hillary that made it up.
Now, leading us into this is our favorite comedian, Zach, joining us. Zach, you with us?
Yeah, hey, sorry to interrupt that engaging topic in regards to politics and property taxes, but yeah, I'm here. I'm over at Sunshine City Comedy Club in Pinellas County, just checking in. Want to say what's up with you guys. I wasn't able to hear earlier, but Tampa Bay.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah,
See that?
huh?
Yeah.
Baker
My boy
showed up.
Bake, man. I love that guy. I tell you
Let's
what,
get
I really-
baked.
he's turning into what everybody thought he was going to be coming out of college. That guy is for real. I really feel good about this team right now.
I'm a huge Buck fan. You know that too. We connected on that. I will say this, though. It was the W's. It's not like they destroyed the 49ers or destroyed Kansas City. It was the W's. They are
The
an
Washington
NFC team.
Commandos.
Yeah, they are the the Commandos. I like that. They show up playing commando.
Listen, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
That's
But
I guess
that's
I
a
would go
different
Free Willy.
topic. That goes back to the abortion stuff you guys were probably just talking about, but I digress. Well, you guys doing all right tonight?
We're doing well. I'm loving the curls. You know, we got
Yeah,
the
the hair's
you
looking
know.
great, Zach. You're looking.
As soon as I
you're
saw
looking
you,
very,
I knew you were a nephew or a cousin.
We're both Ashkenazi Jews, I believe. So there's
Oh,
definitely
without a doubt.
genes somewhere along the lines.
Yeah,
we
but,
had centuries of inbreeding. So
that and this horrible gut. Oh, jeez.
well, I don't have that. But
You will, I promise.
Not me, buddy. I am a fitness fanatic. I'm Superman. But what are you guys sipping on tonight?
These gentlemen, I don't drink, but I really should. I do drink. I rarely drink, but when I do, you should be
After
with
this
me.
debate, I'm sure you're gonna want to.
Blind Squirrel, peanut butter whiskey and jelly, peanut butter jelly whiskey. That's their chosen for tonight. Victor.
Well, that wasn't my choice, but it was brought, and I don't turn down free booze. You know,
Okay.
if it's free, I'm drinking it. So
Yeah, you
So
don't
you're
seem
right.
like a guy that turns down much, buddy.
No.
nope, not at all.
I've only known him for a few years, but I can probably answer that one for him.
Okay.
So yeah, the
Very
Bucks
cool.
look good. Teo's actually going with me to the game in 2 weeks. The second next home game.
And we're in the
Nice.
cigars
That's against the
section, right?
Broncos.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm taking the Bronco game. We can hook up there if you want. You going?
Oh yeah, I'm always there, man. Unless I
Absolutely.
there. I sit like
We would, you know what?
from the stadium from you.
Where are you?
I'm in 306, so basically, like I said,
Oh no shit. Yeah.
you're like in the opposite corner of where I
Absolutely. Great seats. You know.
am. Yeah, I really like them. I'm very happy. I've been there for years and years, so
I've
my
been
dad-
at,
been a season ticket holder since '76. So
good for you. Look, respect to Pops.
there you
Hey.
go.
we're legit. We're legit.
You are legit. So tell everyone about this new surprise gig you got coming up.
Okay, yeah. So what I wanted to mention first is, we're doing a monthly thing over at Paradise Pub in Seminole. It's been a great comedy show. We got the next show's coming out September 20th. It's a free show, great comics, great time. Encourage everybody to get out. I know it's not directly in the Apollo Beach Riverview.
Oh, it's not, but we got to get you over here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So
Well, you're in Brandon, so I mean, you should
I'm
come
in
into the show
Brandon.
one night.
and I'm bringing comedy back to Brandon. From what I understood, there used to be a small local club we had. It went out of business. I'm not going to expose all the details tonight, but sometime in the next couple of months, there was going to be a formal announcement. We're bringing comedy back to Brandon. We got venues. We got everything. It's going to be fantastic. So that's something I'd like to get more into the next time we speak, but it's going to be really, really good. Okay, you got me wanting to talk about it even more and more. but I
Exactly.
wanna
You know
leave
what? Though
something.
we should check with Charles.
Zach,
His place.
Yeah, I'm here.
in Brandon.
Zach, you got a drummer?
I'm down.
A drummer in a band?
Yeah, because you're gonna need
Not,
you're gonna need a drummer because then for all those rim
Stingrays.
shots.
Rim shots or rim jobs? I don't know.
Whoa, that's for the next show.
I don't
Oh,
know if that's on the
That would be
South
the
Shore.
Saturday night. Yeah, that's not the South Shore Live show. That would be the
Yeah, the Saturday night.
that would be the Saturday night with the Bud show.
South Shore Nightlife.
But
I gotta
yeah,
get you.
so-
I got to get you on the show with AJ on Monday nights with me. AJ is out of his fucking mind. And
Yeah,
on
it's
top
funny.
of
What's
it,
AJ Slick? Is that right?
too. Yeah,
Yeah, I
And,
tuned in a little bit. Was it just yesterday?
yeah. And actually, he played a little last night, which was very surprising.
cool.
Played a little Watchtower, which was nice. He is an amazing musician and probably the most comedic guy behind a guitar and doesn't give a shit about anyone that I've probably met my entire life. And he'll tell you that straight up. And
Okay.
you know, I have stories with AJ about AJ that are very unique. And on top of it too, he's got a heart of gold. Now that his grandpa, things have changed a little. He's still a dickhead though, and he'll let you know it.
That's okay. So Zach, where are you? Are you going on stage here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be up there tonight. Tonight is, I'm not gonna lie, it's basically like going to the gym. The night's an open mic. It's not a book show. You just come, you work your content, you see what's good, what's not good, try to bring the energy. But yeah, I'll be up here. I think it's gonna be a great night. I feel good. I had last week's my set was killer.
Nice.
Awesome.
I had so
That's how
yeah,
Adam
feeling
Sandler
really good.
started.
What's that?
That's how Adam Sandler started.
Oh, yeah, that's how we all start. You can't just walk up and do it. You've got to work.
Yeah.
You got to get better and better. I mean, so like, you know, you guys know me a little bit by now. I'm kind of right on the teeter-tottering of considering myself an open micer versus a professional comic. I've booked a number of gigs in my brief little stint, but I still go and grind these mics because I want to be the best I can.
Hey man, you know, you can never get too good at your craft.
Mhm.
It's that simple. I mean, you're delving into this. It's not like you're half-assing it, you're part-timing it. I mean, this is what you're planning on doing. So if you don't do it all the way, then you're only selling yourself short.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you taking the time with us. We're going to go back into
Appreciate you
debate
guys.
talk.
Absolutely.
You're
Enjoy
welcome.
it. Take care.
So-
God bless America. All that
Zach,
jazz.
You got it.
We'll see you in here soon, and hopefully next week you'll join us again. Take care,
You got it.
All
everyone.
right, have a
Zach,
great show tonight.
his information is on our page too. Make sure you
Right.
check him out and like him. He's going to post it here in the notes here. Follow his page. He's a funny dude.
Thank you
Awesome.
guys, man. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Peace out. Jew to
You
Jew.
too.
Love you.
Jew to Jew.
So with that being said, any other thoughts about the debates? You think it's going to be a free for all? Do you think it's going to be in the can, or do you think it's just going to be in 10 minutes? You just want to turn it off?
You know, it's I think it's going to come down to if Trump can state the facts and do the mic drop, you know, and just stop. You know, I think he can really dominate it. I don't think Kamala, unless something has changed and there's like some
I don't think she's got the
different
chops.
person.
I don't.
I don't think she has the chops.
No.
She won't be able to refute the stuff. You know, oh, the economy's great. The economy's great. Okay, how is
No,
the
it's
economy
not.
great?
Who was it
And
yesterday?
Trump can come back and go, okay, well, it's great you want to price fix the food, but who's going to pay for it?
How's that-
Because the farmers are hurting too. I mean, you're going to cut the food and
and then you're going to
and
make
corporate
black
greed.
market food.
well, and let's look at corporate greed, right? So the the profit for a grocery store is 1.6%. Okay. You could literally cut a penny off of a can of Campbell's soup, and Publix is now losing.
They're
money.
losing half a cent a can.
They'll be in the negative in their corporate profits. I mean, you know, gas prices, right? If BP, Chevron, Shell, if they drop their price a half a penny a gallon, they would produce billions of dollars of losses a year. It's less than 0.25% for profit. And that assumes no diesel and no byproducts, right? So no plastics, no styrofoam or anything else out of that barrel of oil that comes out. And it's not corporate greed. But the other thing about corporate greed that's kind of funny is you look at Amazon, Target, American Express, all the banks, right? 86% of Fortune 1000 vote Democrat across the board, 100%. I mean, 14% vote Trump. There's got to be a reason. If
A lot more people are
if
using
Democrats are
using their
against
card money now.
if the Democrats are truly against corporate greed, against big corporation, then why is big corporation voting for Democrats?
Because they're lining their pockets. Follow
They're
the
doing a
money.
good job of marketing and passing the blame
Of
where
course, American
it doesn't
Express
go there.
and they like that because we're spending more of that money now
Right.
than we ever had to.
But we always have. I mean, if you go back in the history of that,
Yeah.
all those big companies all vote Democrat. And
The American consumer is the only thing chugging along in this world, and now they're hitting us hard.
you know,
Think about that.
And you know, it's funny how they talk about Trump and Russia, Trump and China, et cetera, but yet Biden has all the stuff with China.
Ukraine.
Now Walls came out with all his ties to China, all the ties in that whole deal. So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. You know, Putin endorsed Kamala Harris. What's that say about
Yeah,
Russian
right.
collusion right there, right? What's that say?
I must have made him chuckle.
You know,
I mean, he must have said, you know what? I'm gonna be a dick today.
Yeah.
Just I'm gonna make my friend Donald chuckle.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway, I think
I
the
mean, you
point
know,
is to
just like-
is to drink heavily, and
Drink, smoke, whatever it is
enjoy
you
a
do.
cigar, and
kick back.
the bottom line is nothing. If I don't know how many more businesses can survive another 3 or 4 years
A
of
wave
what
of
we've
this.
had the last 4 years.
Well, you're gonna have more
I can't.
You're gonna
I
have
don't know.
consolidation.
You
and
know,
you're
I
gonna
pull
have-
money out of savings every month to pay my bills.
You're gonna have businesses, and they're gonna get absorbed because they want the knowledge, they want the infrastructure, and then 6 months later, they shit can 80% of the people, and that's what happens. And the same volume of product is being used in the world. Essentially, we're not using anything less.
no, we are actually.
Well-
I think in general, I think we're at the point where I think
we're pulling back a little
when
bit.
it started, I think everybody said, this is going to be, Biden got elected. Okay, we're going to see this downturn. We're going to see higher energy. We're going to see higher gas. We're going to see inflation, but it'll just be for a little bit. So we're going to keep living life the way we're living it. And I think what's happened in the last year is people are like, I can't keep doing it. I mean, if you just look at consumer credit card debt, right? It grew the most it's ever grown by a multiple factor in the last 3 years. And that's because people just kept building more and more. And
mine's grown.
yeah, mine too, unfortunately.
But what I'm saying is that you're going to get a lot of.
But we're cutting back. I'm making conscious decisions now on all kinds of stuff in the last 6 to 9 months that I used to not make. I'm like, I'll just suck it up. I'll make money next month.
Oh, yeah.
But now we're at a point where I'm like, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm consciously going, we can wait on this.
But when it comes to business, there's a lot of things that no matter what, everyday users, sure, you're not going to get your car wash as much. You're not disposable income is no longer disposable. But there are just so many things that you can't use less of every day. Like you can't use less Q-tips. You can't use less shampoo. There's just certain things. And what's happening is all these industries and distributors and wholesalers, they're just getting more and more absorbed in the triangle and the pyramid.
Well,
and
for the necessity items, you're correct, right? People still have to use toilet paper,
but what they're doing,
stuff
is they're taking their local tentacles and they're making them serve out of a more centralized location, taking the local jobs away, the local employment away, and then the automation on this end is making them so efficient that they can still supply and do more with less while trying to feel like a local neighborhood company, and you can't. And that's where the local entrepreneur still has got some fight in the game.
Well, but at the same time, I think you take like the restaurants, right? Restaurants are trending downward. You have I was reading the article about the Subway deal, trying to bring in the value meal because their business is so down. And I think a lot of the fast food stuff is going to start dropping. It'll be interesting to see. I'm still amazed when I drive by and see the line at Starbucks
or
that
Chick-fil-A.
People are going to pay freaking $7 or $9 for freaking coffee.
So I will say this, and yes,
and I can honestly say I've never bought a coffee at Starbucks.
There's
I
a-
just
Me neither.
look and go.
Me neither.
I'm like, that's a total waste of money.
There is a lot of people.
I'll donate
a
it.
lot of people out there struggling.
Oh yeah.
However, there's a lot of people out there flourishing too.
Making some dough.
There is a lot. And I say this because you mentioned the Starbucks line. There is a lot of people out there really flourishing. I'll tell you this. For example, had a roofer friend of mine come to me, and we were just talking about, real estate business, roofing. And he is a realtor and does real estate on the side. And primarily he's a roofer. And he tells me, it's funny the conversations he has with some of his people, and they'll hype each other up because remember, roofing sales at this
Mhm.
point. It's a sales job. They're knocking on doors. They're kind of doing the old.
There's only
the
two
old
jobs in
style,
this
like-
world. You either sell it or use it.
And-
roofing in Florida is prime.
Perpetual.
Oh yeah. Well,
you know,
and-
my roof, I had to put a new roof on if I wanted to keep my insurance.
It's perpetual
Yeah.
here. It's
yeah. Well, let me just go with what he's
Yeah.
so this is a guy that's around my age, in his mid to late 30s, almost 40, and he's telling me, he's like, yeah, man, when we're talking, if we're not making at least 20 grand a month, we're doing shit.
You're done.
He's like, an average month for us is 40 to 50 grand a month. And I'm like, so roofer salespeople. Not even a roofing owner, just the salespeople of the roofing company. And I'm like, wow. So there is a lot of people out there flourishing, but it's in specific industries.
But that also has a lot to do with the fact that insurance companies make you get your roof way faster. Than
These solar guys, they're making a killing too.
Well, because the energy company's drawing people that way. One of the smartest
Hey,
decisions
here,
I made
our
was going
energy-
solar.
Our electric bill is $500 a month. My problem is when I priced out the solar, I can't make it work. Return on investment,
Mine paid for itself in about 6 years, 7 years. You have to think long term.
Oh, you have
I'm
solar?
looking
You have
at
solar?
25 years.
But
and it's
I
not
look.
working.
Yeah, but I did it 10 years ago.
Right.
My whole house was under 25K.
Yeah. See, I'm getting quotes in the 75 to 100
I
grand.
still spend $200 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's problems with the roof. It's all this other stuff that plays in. But anyway, we should wrap up because we're over time.
Real quick, go
So-
Bucks! Congratulations on win number 1.
Yeah.
solar. Never, ever, ever.
Oh, yeah.
Never, ever, ever lease. Number 2, tomorrow's not a win.
Yep.
Yes.
Finally,
That's something is never forget. I know there's there's a couple politicians in Congress out of Minnesota that said that 9/11 was just some little thing that happened, but for many of us, I wish that America could become like it was on
amazing.
September 12 of 2001, because that was
It was a wake up call.
that was a wake up call, and America came together, and I'd love to see America come together again. So
I was in Manhattan on the 10th.
wow.
I was right down there, and they asked me to come back the following day, and I did not want to go back because one of my biggest chores in the world was going to Manhattan to see to make sales calls, and I hated it just because of I'm a country squire. I'm a suburban kid. I hate that. So I went in there and I did this deal, and they're like, "Hey, can you come back tomorrow?" And I was driving back, and I'm like, I was driving over the bridge,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm like, I look back, I said, "Nah, you got everything under control. I don't need to come back tomorrow." And then shit hit the fan.
So, my wife was a director of marketing for American Express, and so she was on a conference call with American Express in New York, and they were on one of the high-rise floors on the American Express Tower, which is pretty close to the World Trade Center. And during the conference call, she was on a conference call with them, and I had the news on in the background. I was doing some programming, and they were like, "Oh, a small plane hit, the World Trade Center." And I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." Well, then she was on the conference call, and the second plane hit and flew right next to the building. So the people literally looked out and saw, they could have like pretty much touched the plane, and then watched it drive into the building. And so Stacy called me, and I ended up driving downtown Minneapolis because then they evacuated the American Express building in Minneapolis, because
America was
all
in
of
lockdown.
those things were there.
Just boom.
And we had pictures of the people that were in that meeting with my wife. It was pretty amazing because, like, as they walked out of the building, just the impact of stuff that happened in the World Trade Center. This was before it fell. They started to evacuate all these buildings, and the lobby was just destroyed. The windows had blown out, the doors had blown out, and then so we saw pictures before the buildings came down, and then we saw pictures like a week later after the buildings, and like the first 7 or 8 stories were completely covered in dust.
White dust.
All the windows and everything was blown out of these buildings. I'm surprised more buildings didn't collapse. Just from, you would think that there would be all this structural damage, because just the concussion of the 2 towers falling blew out windows and doors for blocks and blocks and blocks.
Yeah, we lived in Newtown, PA, right near the there was
The plane that went down
the
in
plane that went-
Pennsylvania.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah.
I actually met the pilot 2 days earlier. He came to my
Mm.
actual thing at Macy's. I worked at Macy's at the time, and they asked him for ID because he was charging stuff, and the only ID he had was his pilot's license. And we talked for a while about him being a pilot, and then 2 days later he was dead. And it
Yeah.
was a big deal.
Just tragic.
So we were, like I said,
So,
my
but now
business-
we're going to give money to them. So anyway, but let's go and wrap up and get back.
Let's go Bucks. We'll see you
Jet.
next week. We have some great guests
Go
coming next
Bucks.
week. Zach will be back, and I believe we have some fun guests coming next week. I can't remember who, but I know it's gonna be fun. We'll see you
We need to
then.
look. And if you want to be on the show, we're looking for businesses. If you want to promote your business and we can tell the community about your business, we'd love to have you on. So everyone be safe.
Watch these commercials.
And we are out of here.
Peace
Thank
out.
you. Bye-bye.